You're watching PTV.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to PTV Live. I'm Arnie.
I'm Doug.
And we have a special guest with us this evening. And
Very special guest.
When I say special, I really do mean special.
Very special.
We have been doing Hallmark movie watch parties for the last few months, and we've been attracting a little attention at times.
Mm-hmm.
And tonight is no exception. This past weekend, we watched the premiere of a movie called A New Year's Resolution on Hallmark Channel. We did our watch party and all that, and we're going to go ahead and welcome him.
Who do you think joined us?
Well, there we are. We have Ben and Sherry with us. Hi, Ben.
Hi, Sherry.
Are they there?
They froze.
Oh, are they there?
Oh, yeah. There we go.
There we go.
Okay, that was weird.
Okay.
Sorry about that. It was like you were chatting for a moment there, and then it just went.
Okay.
Well, we are doing a little speed test here on our network, making sure that everything is okay. But we wanted to welcome to PTV Live tonight, Michael Strickland. He was a co-star of the movie from Saturday night. Michael, why don't you go and say hi?
Hello, everyone. I am Michael Strickland.
Wow, we were really having a slow connection here tonight. We apologize for that, everyone. But welcome to the stream, Michael. It is great to have you with us this evening.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's exciting to chat.
Why don't we turn off that? Okay, maybe that will help our streaming. Do you have anything on the other room?
Not that I know of.
Okay. No, we're just trying to. So, yes, it's exciting. We have a Hallmark star on our channel tonight.
Oh my! I appreciate that. Not sure about star yet, but maybe one day.
Well, I'll tell you, it's been wonderful to have you with us. It's wonderful having you with us, rather. Like I said, we've been doing this watch party with Hallmark Channel for a few months actually, and we've been having fun with it. And we grabbed the attention of Kimberly Williams Paisley and Ashley Williams. They've also starred on Hallmark on other movies. But they've not participated in our chat per se. You're the first to participate.
Oh.
I really appreciated you joining in like that. It was a lot of fun. So tell.
Oh yeah,
this was your first role.
Yeah. So this actually was my very first role with Hallmark, and it was a blast, absolute blast.
Wonderful. Now, how did it happen? When was the filming production? I think you told us a little bit about this on Saturday in the stream, but tell us a little bit more, our full audience here.
Yeah, for sure. So we filmed this back somewhere around the middle to end of October 2019, so well before COVID actually hit us. And it was actually supposed to premiere that year on December 28th, but I guess it ended up having some delays. And then it got pushed, and most of us here in Winnipeg were starting to freak out. We're like, oh no, are we ever actually going to see this movie? So then by January, I think 15th or so, we were all like, okay, next year, maybe in December. And then December rolled around and we're like, soon. And we saw an announcement saying that January 9th, and we all got excited.
So they never told you what had happened or why they delayed it?
No, it was it's very tough to try to find out that kind of information, but no, I have a few friends that worked on the set behind the scenes, whether it was location scout or whichever, and they're like, no, it just ended up needing to be delayed for a certain period of time. So we went, okay, well, I can't see them just throwing it away because they spent a lot of money to create it. So
yeah, I have a theory about that. We were talking about the usage of The Great Gatsby during the movie, and we were wondering if Hallmark was waiting for it to go into public domain so they wouldn't have to pay to the people that owned the rights to The Great Gatsby at the time before the movie was released.
That's an interesting theory. I actually have no idea.
Yeah, the Great Gatsby. Actually, I saw a news report like about a week ago that the Great Gatsby had just gone into public domain. 95 years.
Yeah, hold
So-
on.
So we were wondering if maybe the timing had something to do with that.
I mean, that logically makes sense. So,
Anything to save a little bit of money.
yeah. Oh my goodness. At any opportunity that you can, do it.
Now, did you always want to work on a Hallmark movie? How did you get associated with Hallmark?
That's a great question. I've always wanted to do Hallmark films, just because I know how much of a community is genuinely in love with these films, but also because a huge amount of these films get filmed up here in Canada, and even in Winnipeg itself, which is where I am, that's where they film probably. I think in a year they probably film 15 to 20 alone just in our area, and then they've got another batch over in Vancouver, BC. So yeah, as a performer and as an artist, I always love the opportunity to be able to sink my teeth into different things, and Hallmark was one of those things that came up, and I just felt, hey, Christmas. I love Christmas.
Now, you can't tell that here. I mean,
I mean, it's
one of our
Home
21
Alone,
trees. We start in October.
So
Yeah, we're one of them.
we're starting to get questions from our chat here. We have the Orlando guy, Richard, one of our sponsored support channels. He says, how was your experience working with Amy Teagarden and Michael Rady?
Oh, I genuinely love both of those people. I connected with both of them on very different levels, and they're very personable. They're not those typical, and let me air quote that big time, the typical actors who are maybe more in their head, not listening to anything that you say. They're like, no, don't distract me. They're very approachable. They were very, very kind, not only to myself, but also to everybody that they spoke with. It was an absolute pleasure working with them.
Wonderful. I'd like to thank Lothar for a super chat of $2 Canadian.
Yeah.
Lothar, thank you so much.
You,
He says,
Lothar.
I told you, your channel is going to be famous.
We're missing out on the sound effect.
Oh, Ben wants the sound effect. Okay. There we go. Lothar, thank you so much. Okay, so
I looked at your IMDb, right?
IMDb.
You've done some other stuff and some movies and Lego. Tell us about Lego.
Ooh, that was a ton of fun, actually. I did Lego Bionicle. I was actually out in Vancouver at the time, and it was something that was done here in Winnipeg. And thankfully, I've built up this amazing relationship with these amazing folks over at DeCapo Productions in Winnipeg. They're an animation studio, and they do a lot of voiceover stuff as well. They actually contacted me while I was out in Vancouver teaching, and they were like, hey, there's this role that we think you would do really well at. Do you want to try auditioning for it? I said, sure. It was this evil hunter assassin in the shadows kind of character. And I was like, oh, it's for Lego. That's cool. Don't screw this up. And then basically I approached it, and I wasn't in a booth or my studio or anything. I just had my cell phone. I did a quick recording, and about a day or two later, I got a message like, yeah, you got it. And that was super cool. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
You want Lego and Hallmark logos on your resume, just like Disney. If you get Disney on it, you're doing good.
I always told myself I wanted to have my own action figure one day. I know it's a Lego character, but that's
the character you voiced.
So I voiced two different characters. I know this has nothing to do with Hallmark, but
that's
about you.
Arnie, zoom in.
Okay,
I'll zoom in.
Oh yeah, here I'll do a little solo view of this one. Here we go.
So this was Umarak the Destroyer. He's a little dusty right now, sitting on my counter. And then the other character was this guy, which is Umarak the Hunter, before he kind of transforms.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So
they're cool little creepy.
Very, very creepy.
My 27-year-old son is a huge Lego fan. He
Oh.
still collects Lego. In fact, he got several kits for Christmas this year.
Yeah.
Oh no way!
27.
27.
27 going on 12.
Well, we have the Disney Castle and Train, and then Steamboat Willie. So our Disney, our Lego's Disney.
Yeah, definitely. The crossover, it really does happen. We've got Lego, Disney, and Hallmark just lumped into one thing, especially at Christmas time.
Not fun.
So, okay. So you're in Winnipeg. Do you do most of your acting assignments and things like that from Winnipeg, or do you travel for it?
Well, actually, most of my stuff lately has been local out of Winnipeg. I lived in Vancouver for about 6 years, and I just moved home back in 2019, and then a month later booked the Hallmark film. But most of my work that I've booked throughout my professional career has been here in Winnipeg.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic.
Well, with the pandemic now, too, you can't do a whole lot outside of Canada,
No.
can you?
No, not really. Unfortunately, it's that's. I mean, thank God for voiceover and animation, because it really does allow you to do a lot more from home, whether it be for commercials or video games or whatever it might be. So I have to thank God every day that I can at least continue to do animation. So
That's fantastic.
Yeah, we know a gentleman who's a huge Disneyland fan who lives in Los Angeles area, and he does basically all he does is voiceover, and because he sounds like a cartoon character, so he has a lot of childlike. He can actually talk like a little kid. So, and he goes, so he has a little YouTube channel. We follow him. He's kind of a hoot.
that's incredibly useful in the voiceover industry. If you can make yourself sound like a 12-year-old boy or a 12-year-old girl or even younger, you are set for life. My Little Pony is all over that.
It's interesting. I've been learning a lot about voiceover and things like that. Simply, how to record things. And I just recently did a voiceover for one of our little commercials that we do. And I put a blanket or a towel all around my microphone here just to absorb as much sound as possible. Got the best sound out of my microphone yet.
Yeah, the gentleman, his name is Max, and he goes in his closet, he moves his clothes, and he puts his laptop in there and does his work for about an hour, and then he takes his laptop out because it completely absorbs him around the clothes.
There he is. Tim Pruitt says it's Mr. Cheesy Pop. He does that.
Yeah, Mr. Cheesy Pop is who we're talking about. That's his channel name. So,
Okay, Richard has another question, Arnie, if you want to highlight that.
Okay. I'll go just grab that question here. Are you currently auditioning for another Hallmark movie? You'd make a great leading actor for a Christmas movie. I can see you starring in a vehicle with Grace Beatty as your love interest.
Oh, that's very specific, Richard.
I was going to say, I saw Orlando Guy drop that quite a few times during
there's
the film.
something there. I
was like, what is this, Gracie? And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I see one Hallmark film on there so far, which is great because that means both her and I can, elevate each other.
The next generation.
The next Michael Ratty and Amy Teagarden, I'll tell you that. As for auditions, yes, still doing a lot of auditions for Hallmark. I just finished probably about 3 or 4. As far as I know, obviously I didn't book any of those, but that is part of the process of being a film actor. You'll audition probably. Sometimes you can audition 100 to 200 times before you actually book something.
Well, I know what we can do. We can definitely activate our network and actually put in emails to Hallmark Channel saying, hire Michael Strickland.
I saw you on that section, and this is how we, when we talk, we're like, oh God, why is she wearing those glasses? And stuff like that. And I was really talking about your jacket.
Yeah, Doug loved your jacket.
I loved your jacket. So there's scenes in
they didn't let you keep it?
Oh, I genuinely even offered. I'm like, I will pay top dollar for this coat. I love this coat. Although, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll call you and let you know once we kind of finish everything up. I never got the call.
Now that was a scene that was right there on the edge of the lake when they ran into the water. That was in October that was filmed.
That's correct.
So the water was actually kind of cold at that point.
No,
The water was actually very cold at that point.
Okay.
And apparently they were like, oh, wait, we actually have to run in.
That's what you signed up for, Toots.
There's no stunt doubles?
Now, did she have a stunt double or did she do it all by herself?
No, she, at first, she was a little much like, that looks cold. And then full speed ran in. And even the director, I remember seeing just out the peripherals, the director was watching and was like, atta girl.
Yeah. So we remember her 'cause she looks exactly like, well, she's grown up, but we watched Friday Night Lights when that was on.
Yeah.
Television
Yeah,
here.
Julie
Taylor.
Julie Taylor was her character's name. And okay, and here we are. We have another super chat.
Mike.
So again from Mike Wheeler. Just from me and Pam because we love you. Thank you so much, Mike Wheeler, for that super chat. Very nice of you.
And everybody, Mike did a video unboxing on Saturday. Please go see Mike's video.
Yeah.
And
So that
he's such
Mike-
a really nice
By
man.
the way, Michael, Mike Wheeler happens to be one of our moderators here in the chat. He is keeping on top of making sure everyone stays family friendly in our chat. He's also blind,
Absolutely blind.
and he's one of our best moderators.
yeah.
Well, Mike Wheeler, you are a rock star. And
We definitely echo that.
Exciting. So this was your first one and you've auditioned for more, and obviously that is the direction you're going. That's so awesome. That's just amazing that you found us. Now, I have to ask, how did you find us?
See, so this actually, because everything was delayed for that extra year, I will tell you it has definitely helped in your favor, because the moment that it was coming out, the first thing that most of us Winnipeggers started doing was going, where can we see it? When is it coming out? Are we 100% guaranteed that it's coming out this day? And then of course we managed to, so I started doing a little bit of digging, and I'm like, is there going to be a watch party? Are they going to show it on YouTube? What about all those people who unfortunately don't have the W channel or don't have Stack TV or whichever? How can they see this? So I started, Googling a New Year's resolution Hallmark film. And one of the things that popped up at one of the top of the searches was a live watch party. So immediately my brain went, wait, are they going to show it on their channel? So that was my original interpretation of it. So I blast your page to everyone I knew. I put it all over my Facebook. I put it on everything like it was going out of style.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Because
Sorry to disappoint.
No, because there's
I-
something we want to also share to everybody and to you because we mentioned it. But Arnie, do you want to play that?
Are you talking about
Yes,
the
the video.
the Kimberly one?
Yes,
Yeah.
This is the cue. I
Yeah,
queued it all up. So this is also what happened. What you did.
Yeah, what you did was Kimberly Williams and Ashley Williams, stars of other films. Ashley did a film called Never Kiss a Man in a Christmas Sweater, one of the films that was on this last year.
Done quite a few Hallmarks.
And her sister Kimberly was in a movie on Netflix called The Christmas Chronicles 2. They were supposed to watch each other's films. Kimberly never got around to it and was away from her TV. And this is a little bit about what happened that night.
They found us.
Good. So this is how I saw the movie, and I kind of feel like I've seen it now. So I'm just gonna play you a highlight reel of their watch party.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm ready.
Now, hopefully you can see. Okay, so this is on my iPad.
Just check and make sure it's in frame. Oh my gosh.
Can
Okay.
you see?
Yeah, totally.
All right, so that's the Village Pepper.
Okay.
So anyway, here, I want you to see these guys because they are adorable.
Good to have you, Rob. We are watching Never Kiss a Man in a Christmas Sweater on Hallmark Channel. So far, we've seen plenty of mopey children.
Oh.
Yeah, and a hideous sweater. I love Ashley Williams. She played the wife of Jim Gaffigan for 2 seasons of the Jim Gaffigan show.
Why are they all laughing?
Okay, this is a first. I've never seen anyone get accosted by a Christmas tree like that. I love the Christmas lights behind you, Ben.
So you can't see the movie at all.
Thank you. And the low-fee
They're not
t-shirts.
twinkling like us.
We're not going to see the movie. We're just going to see them seeing the movie.
Big white piano.
like the pillow.
And that sweater does look good on him. Did he give her an ugly sweater?
Mm-hmm. Probably the girl-looking one.
Oh, come on. Just say how you feel.
Just get it over with and get a big sloppy kiss going on.
Yeah, come on. I mean, they've got like 5 minutes left of the movie?
Hurry.
Okay, so she's got her daughter's approval. Go after him, you idiot. Okay, who dials their phone like that?
No. She's wearing the sweater. Oh, there it is.
Kiss.
Cue out.
Love was there all along.
Who are those dudes? We need to have them on our show.
I mean, they're amazing, right?
Yes. It seems like they have a really healthy relationship with the genre.
Totally. Like, they love it.
So that's what happened.
Amazing.
Michael's died.
That was so
3
good.
books on a Saturday night on the internet. I mean, how much more entertaining can that be?
I almost called my fiance over and was like, she needs to see this. Oh,
Oh, and then did you also contact your mom? Because she was also, and there was a family banter going on. And it's like, he got his mom on here.
no. Okay. So, my beautiful, beautiful fiance, I love her so much, but, for some reason, for a brief moment, she thought, because I had taken a picture of these beautiful comments that you guys, as well as the Orlando guy, were making, and I passed that forward to my family. We were all in a little group chat because everyone was watching the film at the same time. And then my mom responds in the chat, "Where's that happening? What's going on?" And I'm like, "I'm not telling you." But my lovely fiance is she's so sweet and so innocent and says, "Oh, it's at this YouTube channel here." And immediately I went, "No, what are you doing?" And she's like, "What?" Sure enough, 2 minutes later, my mom shows up and starts making all the lovely, "That's my boy. He's such a sweet guy." And then I look over to my lovely fiance, and she's sitting there going, "I am so sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry."
That's a total mom thing, though. I would be doing that to my kids.
The whole proud thing.
Now I have to tell you, after the whole thing on Saturday night, I got on the phone with one of my friends that lives in Sacramento. He's formerly of Calgary. So,
Scott.
yeah, Scott. So I asked, "Have you ever been to Winnipeg?" And he says, "Oh, you mean Winterpeg?"
Yep.
No, and then I explained what was going on, and then that your mom had gone on the stream, and I said, "Yeah, she has something about her title, the Honorable so and such." I said,
Oh, yeah.
"Oh, yeah, she's a former member of Parliament."
Really? Yep.
Oh my God. If you, I mean, she shared that, so I hope that's comfortable. We're putting in YouTube land.
Oh yeah. It's funny because now it's been a little while since Mom was in politics, but yeah, she was a member of Parliament for about 10 years.
That's amazing.
Wow.
But before that, she likes to make sure to stress, and I totally agree as well. She was a police officer for her entire life, and the whole reason she went into politics in the first place was because she felt that victims weren't getting enough rights. So that was the one thing that she wanted to do, was go into politics and give victims more rights than criminals. And she ended up creating one of the one of the laws and one of the acts that actually helps to protect victims.
That's amazing.
Oh, please.
That's
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Good
please.
Yes.
Tell her thank you for us.
Yeah, she could do her work and come
she
down to the U.S.
America? Can she come down to our country and fix us?
Yeah, I think you'd probably tell her to post current events. That's why we have our Christmas still up. You know, you can tell that we're going, we're having.
It's
Things are
it's
not
good. Keep
nice here
the
right
cheer
now.
going. Yeah, keep the cheer going while you can.
Oh, yes,
Exactly.
we're getting mesmerized. We have trees all around, so.
Now, the Orlando guy has another question. He wants to real talk. How much fake snow was used in your movie?
See, that's an interesting question because I was only a part of a few of those scenes, right? So in each one of the scenes that I was in, whatever snow was there was real snow. But in the scenes, there were a couple of scenes that my fiance and I noticed that we were like, there's a lot of fake snow there.
It drives me absolutely batty because it's all beautifully green. If you really, really, really pay attention to all the houses, it's just they really overdo it. But it's like hot and all this green. There's no way they would have that many leaves because winter, it's dead. It's supposed to be twigs, not beautiful green with snow on it. It's just, and plus they use a horrible font.
Mike Wheeler, thank you for dropping that link.
Oh, thank you so much, Mike. You.
Oh yeah, Mike is a gem. He's our YouTube
Hey,
Kelly.
Kelly.
Think of savant.
Yeah, Kelly is here. She was actually in the stream that night as well on Saturday
As
night.
Lothar.
Yeah, Lothar was there as well.
If you're joining
Yes,
us,
I remember Lothar's from Winnipeg as well.
Yes, yes,
Right.
he is.
And Scott said there's one thing. Oh yeah, when you go there, there's a lot of mosquitoes. And I told him, great, I can't go because I'm allergic to mosquitoes. They think I'm an all-you-eat Atlantic City buffet. So I would be literally like swollen up like a pussy mess.
So it's if you go in the forest and you decide to walk through the very tall grass, yeah, it gets pretty bad. Otherwise, it's not horrible. Our wasps have gotten pretty bad lately, which sometimes I feel like maybe I'd rather a mosquito over a giant swarm of wasps.
Yikes.
D&G, Derek and Gregory, thank you.
Yeah, D&G, they're friends of ours, also from California. They're huge Hallmark fans as well. They love the movie.
Yeah.
And then also Cynthia, Candy Mom 15 for a $1.99 super chat. She's fangirling right now. Cynthia, thank you so much.
I have to spell her name out every time she does come on. So no, this is like you said, everybody. We have a Hallmark star on our channel today.
Yes, Michael Strickland has joined us for the evening for a chat.
And you play the character name
Casey.
Did Casey have a last name?
No, I like to think Casey Jones, like maybe he's part of the Ninja Turtles. But...
And you worked at the TV,
station in Milwaukee.
Yeah. I was one of the main reporters. River was the other one. So River was the more in the studio. I was out in the field.
Wonderful.
Yay! So exciting.
Yeah.
So exciting.
So Richard has another question. Are you a fan of Hallmark Christmas movie genre? And if so, do you have a favorite Christmas film?
Ooh. I'm trying to think of like my favorite Christmas film or favorite Hallmark Christmas movie.
Hallmark Christmas movie.
Favorite Hallmark Christmas movie. I mean, I did like Sweet Autumn. Sweet Autumn.
That one's really good.
Yeah, Sweet Autumn is a good one.
Yeah. So I'd say of the newer ones, for sure. Well, sorry. Of the newer ones, a New Year's resolution is easily my favorite one.
Just a little.
Yeah.
It has enough Christmas flavor in it to be lumped into those films.
And see, that's the funny thing, because I had this conversation with people before. They're like, so is Hallmark just taking over like all the holiday seasons now? I'm like, well, I mean, it's still technically Christmas. They're like, but it's called a New Year's resolution. I'm like, but it starts at Christmas.
Yeah.
So
It started at Christmas.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Almost all of them did. They
And-
had the tail end of after Christmas.
And this year, Hallmark has decided to use the hashtag New Year, New Movies.
ooh.
I know. Yeah, they've hogged all the holidays. They've done Valentine's stuff, and then I think it was 2 years ago they had the first full-on Easter. The movie was filmed during the whole time of Easter or about Easter. So they're gonna capitalize and hog all of the holidays.
And we have a $9. We have a $9.99 super chat from Donna
Thank you,
Jaworski,
Donna.
Pepper Tree Villa,
Please feel
also
better.
known as the Village Pepper, also known as Chosen Family. I've been ninja watching. Love you guys. Donna, thank you so much for that super chat for $9.99.
All the children go, yay!
So good.
Oh my goodness.
So exciting. So it has been half dark. We would like you to stay along. We're going to talk about some other little things here.
Well, one thing
and
one thing we wanted to talk about also was a review of the film, A New Year's Resolution.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we haven't said our gold crowns.
And we could also get your input as to what was going on maybe during those thoughts. So, Sherry, you saw the movie yesterday.
Last night.
What were your thoughts?
Last night, not Saturday?
I mean,
She watched the
I
recording of it.
I watched the recording.
And an
I-
honest opinion, even if I'm here, pretend I'm not here.
No, I told you earlier. It was one of my favorites, and we've been rating the Christmas season with crowns between 1 and 10 crowns.
Yeah.
I easily gave that one a good 9.5
Ooh,
out of 10.
That's a good one. That's good. Ben, what about you?
I would have to join Sherry on her review, 9.5. It was just about perfect. You always want to leave a little bit of room to improve, but quite frankly, you're not that far from 10 as it is. It was a really good film.
It was really fun.
I really liked it in that it didn't necessarily follow the cookie cutter Hallmark format
Predictability.
and predictability. You did leave a little bit of room for questioning, and there was some intrigue, which you can fall asleep in the middle of a Hallmark movie, wake up and know that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one, you had to kind of pay attention and follow the story.
Yeah.
So
Doug, what did
very
you
well done. And I don't think the film would have been very much of a film at all without Michael Strickland.
I got all googly eyed because I'd come in and find out when I was talking about Michael's jacket and his glasses. I break it up there as 9.75 gold crowns.
Yeah, that's a very high rating for Doug. He doesn't like anything.
So there's four little turds on the turds.
You mean the
little things come up. We'll leave one up there, but it was really good.
Yeah, because
I liked it how they kind of did mix it up a little bit, and they added some current event. You know, the whole Wells Fargo
the banking scandal was a nice little twist on that.
Normally, they don't even go there with a current event kind of thing.
Yeah.
This was the first.
Now, for me, what I really enjoyed was the genuine performances from the actors of the film. Sometimes it's very stilted. Sometimes the director tells them exactly what to do, and it doesn't come out quite right. But in this case, the delivery of their lines, the chemistry, especially between Amy and Michael, they had a great chemistry on screen. And I imagine that they also had good chemistry off screen, that they would joke with each other. Yeah. That definitely showed. It was a very nice flowing film. There was a lot of different twists and turns in the script. So I gave it a 10. I really did. And not because you're with us tonight, Michael, or you were in the stream, but that's just because that's how I felt about that particular one.
And Richard's hogging all the questions. Richard has another one.
He says, what formal acting training have you had? When did you first get bitten by the acting bug?
Wow. So first time I got bit with the acting bug was when I was probably about 5 or 6. It was actually in dance class. I was doing, tap, I believe it was. And one of the, or maybe it was jazz class. And one of the performances that I had was I had to, there were, I guess it was, obviously I was the only boy in the class at the time, and it was all girls, and they were doing this beautiful performance in a ballet outfit. And then they would bow and walk off stage. And then my character had to like sneak onto stage, very things like Russians and random things like that. And then the girls would run onto stage and chase me off like this, and then do their own thing and then repeat. And you do that 2 or 3 times. And then by the end of it, everybody's laughing with you. So for me, it was realizing that I could make people laugh and just enjoy themselves. That was like, yeah, I like that. I want to keep doing that. So that's kind of how that whole started. And then as for my formal training, yes, I've done a lot of formal training. I've trained out in Los Angeles. I've trained here in Winnipeg, over in Vancouver. I graduated with honors from the Vancouver Film School. I trained with Deborah Aquila, who's a famous casting director out in Los Angeles. She was the casting director for Shawshank Redemption, La La Land. She was Deborah Aquila's assistant for like 18 plus years.
Wow.
So I've worked closely with her, Seth Yanklowitz, Michael Yazarovich, tons. Lots and lots of training.
That's a lot of training.
But it usually starts in high school, or like when you're a little kid, you just get into that, and you took it somewhere. Because some, Sherry's children all took performing arts all 4 years in high school.
Yeah.
But they went on to different directions, but you actually did something.
But it's really interesting because when I was in high school, my senior year, we did a production of South Pacific, and Ben played the 5-year-old. Well, you were.
I was older than, I was about
8
or 9 when I did that.
Yeah, and he played Emile Debec's son. Well, when my daughter was a senior at the same high school, they did South Pacific. She was in the production, and her younger brother, my youngest child, played Emile Debec's youngest son. So the only difference between the two productions is that my production was with Tom Hanks, because I went to school with him.
Yes, so we have a direct connection to Tom Hanks.
You might want to capitalize on that while you can. Okay,
no,
on your show. What do you have me here for?
So, Richard, the Orlando guy, wanted to know what was up with Michael Ratty's character having a Mexican sister and Asian nieces, and was never explained. He says, "Questions. I have questions. I tell you."
It's diversity, like I said.
That's probably the easiest way to summarize it. That is probably more of a question for the casting, as well as producers and directors, and not the actors, because
you're told what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
like,
just
go there and do your thing.
Before you got the role, you actually had to audition for it. And how many times did you go through that process before they finally said, yes, you get the role?
So coincidentally for that one, I auditioned for Casey once, and that was in person with the lovely Mr. Jim Heber here in Winnipeg. And after I had done that audition, Jim sent me a few of the sides for, I guess it was kind of like a callback, to do the reporters at the very, very end when they're announcing this massive scandal. I was auditioning for one of those 3 roles. So in my eyes, I was like, well, okay, so I obviously didn't get Casey, and they're like, okay, well, maybe he can do this reporter. So then I did that audition, and then about 3 days later, I got the call that I booked Casey. So
wonderful. Gosh,
that's got to be nerve-wracking, though.
I would be lying to you if I said it wasn't. I think every actor everywhere would agree that the audition process is the most if we could somehow skip that process, oh, it would be that much better of a job. But at the same time, I love and hate the audition process because it's one of those things that does keep you on your toes, right? You're giving yourself pressure when realistically you know that the casting director is on your side. They're going, please be amazing so that I don't have to watch another 200 actors perform. Yeah, you got it.
I know, because even when my kids were in school, just at the high school level, I had to sit in on many auditions with the drama teacher, and it was like, oh, put me out of my misery, please. Can't we just cast so and so?
Yeah, it is definitely part of the. Yeah, Jim Heber is a casting agent here in Winnipeg. Yeah. The audition process, like I said, it is a strenuous thing, but it really helps you as an actor to start to play really and find, what is it that I have discovered in this character that I can bring you into my world, even if it's only for 2 to 5 minutes. Bring people into your world, because that might be the last time you ever get to play that character. So
yeah,
play it like crazy.
So Richard wants to be your PA if you're ever in Orlando.
So if you want to go to Disney World and go to Galaxy's Edge, have you been to Galaxy's Edge to either Disneyland or Walt Disney World and seen the Star Wars land?
So I went to Disney World and it was amazing, but it was before they built the massive Galaxy's Edge. They had the AT-AT sitting out front, and you like get to sit on the Millennium Falcon. So it was like a really small version of it. There's a small little Star Wars hut-y area.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's as soon as they announced that they were going to be opening up basically a Mos Eisley, I went, what?
So you've only been to Walt Disney World once, or have you been to Disneyland? Or?
Walt Disney World once, Walt Disneyland 0 times. I was actually supposed to go to Walt Disney World on July 2nd or July 4th, just this last year. And unfortunately, COVID shut it down. So, yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, our whole world last year's was a little. Now
we don't talk about that year.
Yeah, it's like we were trying to move on, but going now. Were you watching the movie and listening to us and watching us at the same time?
Yeah, so this was definitely a very different experience for me because it was like, oh, this is the first time I'm finally ever getting to see this movie. But these guys are also making commentary, and I kind of want to be able to watch this at the same time. I had to like turn the volume down low, but not too low for you guys. And then
see, I would have turned them off. I would have turned them off.
Poo you, Sherry.
But then once it was commercial break, because I was noticing that on my side we were probably about 15 to 20 seconds ahead of you. So as soon as I hit commercial, I was like, okay, volume up.
Because Kimberly even said that to her sister. There's actually a lot more to that video. She's like, I still haven't watched the movie yet, but because I watched all of them, I know exactly what the movie's all about.
Yeah, she said that she felt well enough to know enough of the film so that she didn't have to watch the real movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hoot to find that, and then you finding us and sharing it. We can't thank you enough. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
No, well, thank you all for doing this. This is it's great to see that you're throwing this out to the community. You're trying to show people just how beautiful these Hallmark films are, and please keep doing this. Keep doing this.
We will. Absolutely.
Yeah, we should just call ourselves Hallmark Science Theater 3000.
PM.
PT commentary is the best. Yes, thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes.
Thanks.
Michael.
We're very popular back in the 90s.
Yeah, it was.
Michael's, or when I grew up, even in the 80s was late 70s and early 80s. Everybody was all girls were named Jessica. So
Mhm.
you find them in their 40s now. They're probably were born in the late 70s, early 80s.
Okay,
You
now,
guys are all babies.
now I just want to ask you a question, Michael.
Yeah, of course.
Is there any specific questions you have for us as someone that just kind of found us?
Well, yeah, actually, have you ever marked? This was one of the questions that popped in my head when you're saying, "Oh, well, we give out golden crowns." I was like, "Have you ever given one golden crown?"
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We,
Yes.
Really?
A couple
Yeah.
this
And that was
Christmas
just
were
out of
dogs.
courtesy.
Oh,
That
they
was
were
just-
horrid.
yeah. We won't go into the negative side of the film, but
No,
yes,
no, of course, of course.
we have given one crown before because
Just
there were some that were just cringeworthy.
they
But that's why we were just so thankful that this film that you did was just so great.
or we're just googly eyed, or we're just making it up. We don't know.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Our favorite Christmas, there's actually a handful of them. But one goes back to 2013, guys, or
2008.
It's called It's a Wonderful Time of the Year with God, who's the dude?
Well, Warren Christie is the main lead, and then it is
Brooke Burns.
sorry,
Brooke Burns.
yeah, Brooke Burns is the female lead, and then the co-star is Henry Winkler, who's
Fonz.
the Fonz. So
Yeah.
So
Excellent movie.
it's a great film, and that is actually for me the gold standard of a Hallmark Christmas movie.
I don't know. Mine is Christmas at
The Plaza.
the Plaza. Christmas at the Plaza.
That one
Well,
is
Christmas at the Plaza is
that's
an excellent film.
That's a number 2. This year,
And then Timeless Christmas this year was
That
really
was-
good.
Yeah,
incredible.
that was with Ryan Pavey. So those are the films that we particularly like on Hallmark Channel for Christmas.
I think out of the 30,
Oh, and of course, there's also the 9 Lives of Christmas, so,
which we call Kitty Cat Christmas or a very ambrose Christmas. We have a little nicknames. They play when we decorate. We play these movies over and over.
Yeah.
We actually buy them on iTunes.
like we were telling you, this is one of 21 trees we do here at the house every Christmas. So
That's
the nostalgia tree. It's very vintagey.
Yeah, someone in the chat actually wanted. They did a petition for us on change.org. They wanted us to increase the number that we were doing this last year for Christmas. They wanted us to do 27 trees.
Because we did do it the year before. We did do it, and they're all of different
But
sizes.
it was the first time we'd ever been the subject of a change.org petition.
Never. he sends me this link, and I'm like, what's this? And I'm like, yeah, obviously, I know it's a change.org. I'm like, why are we part of it? What did we do that needs to be? And then I found out, and I'm like, oh, she didn't. So I'm like, she needed 100 people. I was not going to cave in until she got 100 signatures. We would.
This is the
and
woman,
this is the fabulous woman.
This is Cynthia, Candy Mom 15. She gave us a super chat. She says, "Can he sign my petition?"
She's starting early, so she's going to probably give us some random number and say, change.org this year. So she has all year to do it in 9 months or 50 weeks. Or
Yeah, he
whatever.
wants the forest, not a PTV local kids park. So, so yeah, we just put ourselves out there as having a Christmas forum.
Jonathan is another fellow Canadian. He is from the Toronto area.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, hello there, Jonathan.
Yeah, we have a lot of Canadians that follow us.
We do.
And I have to say, from your Christmas tree, and I genuinely have to thank you for this. Every year when I decorate my Christmas tree, it's like everything has to be a certain distance apart from each other. You can't have the same colors beside each. Like if you've got a red Christmas ball here, it's got to be another one over there, and the nearest one's got to be at least blue or green. And then after seeing your Christmas tree, I'm like, well, I guess I can decorate it as much as I want. And
Well, you know, I've got a Hallmark miniature Christmas tree with all the miniature ornaments that I've collected since the
70s.
Late 70s. And I took that one down Saturday evening. That's why I wasn't watching the movie. And I counted the ornaments I had on that tree this year, 215 little miniature ornaments on that thing.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, my miniature tree has about the same. Doug wants me to show you this tree right over here.
on
Right
the
in
other
the
side of the
corner.
couch.
Oh my goodness.
That is our crystal tree. Let's see if I
It
can-
rotates and it's all crystalline glass.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful tree.
See, and I have to give you props that your Christmas tree is not dragging on the roof as it rotates. My very, very best and closest friend, Jay Storsley, actually has a Christmas tree, and on top of it, he and his wife put this. It's almost like the CN Tower. It's just this point. But because the tree's so tall, it just like sits on the roof like this and just spins around in a circle.
Yeah,
Just
well,
drawing this giant circle on the roof because the tree's
these two trees, the one that we just showed you, the crystal tree, as well as this one, are Balsam Hill, the one of the sponsors of Hallmark Channel. So we know a lot of the trees on set are also Balsam Hill trees.
We name that tree because when they go, always in every Hallmark movie, they always cut down the tree, but when they bring it in, they're decorating Balsam Hill. Because it's fake. There's just no way, but they show it. Oh, let's go cut down a Christmas tree. And then when they bring it in, I'm like, that ain't what they cut down.
Yeah. And Richard says that Hallmark needs to hire us to decorate the trees on for the Christmas movies. Have their people call my people to negotiate.
Yeah, these things, that's why we take so much time. We're not in a hurry to put them back down.
Yeah, that
Froze there just a bit. Both of them did.
Oh no.
Okay, I hope there we go.
Okay.
So yeah,
we're okay.
I think we had a max.
It just tick up there.
Yeah, just a little hicks up there.
Okay. Any more questions for Michael?
I can chit chat all night. I don't want to hog him. So, were we gonna do anything on it? Miss Sherry was gonna talk about anything.
Sherry was going to show us a little bit about
She's
what she's doing here.
crafting.
She's crafting. We have taken the lead from Hallmark. We did the countdown to Christmas throughout the Christmas season from October into December. And we are actually taking that a little further this year. For holidays, we are doing the countdown to various holidays throughout the year. So as Hallmark changes to Valentine's Day, so are we. Sherry happens to be doing a craft right now for Valentine's Day. Sherry, why don't you show them a little bit about what you're doing here?
Bigger.
The one I'm doing right now is actually a
Here, you want to zero in? There we go.
yeah, it's
beautiful.
Oh,
it's just an 8x10 canvas that I picked up at the Dollar Tree with a piece of and the ribbon is from Dollar Tree also, and then just a bunch of random Valentine buttons and pink and red and white buttons that you just start gluing on. But then the other one that is finished is this one, which is just a collage of different shaped hearts.
And you can just hang it on the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
So clever.
And
Okay,
then I've got
All with Dollar Tree, Michael's, and simple little
Hobby Lobby.
inexpensive craft things.
And then I know you villagers were interested in me announcing that I was going to open an Etsy shop. I'm still working on the shipping to see what it's going to cost to set my price on some items so that I don't have to charge an arm and a leg for shipping. So let me show you 3 of the wreaths that I've got ready to go.
Oh, look at all the Mickeys in the back.
Yeah.
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 Look, yeah, all the
Very
Mickeys there on the floor.
crafty quilter.
Here, let me
Huge
go ahead
quilter.
and I'll bring that up again.
Yep. Here's one.
Okay, that looks great.
It's a heart-shaped frame that she puts ribbon and what is this, mesh?
Mesh. It's
Yeah.
called Deco Mesh.
Deco mesh.
I call it made out of loofah.
Yeah, made out of loofah.
Here's another one that has pinks,
beautiful.
lavenders, and purple.
Nice. And then finally,
Really pretty.
And
Yeah,
here's one that has like a buffalo check plaid in a red and a black.
oh, that's great.
Ooh.
Very nice.
And then I'm actually working on a round one as well.
It's just a wire coat hangery kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
It's a wire wreath, yeah. And this one will be decorated with a big bow and some roses.
That's
And
wonderful.
Stacy is saying you need your own show on PTV.
That almost matches my
Well, we're
So-
going to take
yeah.
that direction. We're going to have craft time as you can see on our
Well, see, Stacy.
stream. We have food. We talk about culture, obviously, and
Our little
craftsy stuff.
our tagline is crafts, cuisine, and culture. So
Embarrass my kids once in a while.
Oh,
The job of the mom,
I
right?
have experienced that. I know that is a very common mother thing.
It truly is.
May I
love
ask,
my mother.
do you have any brothers or sisters, Michael?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have 3 sisters and a brother.
Oh, and where are you in the pecking order?
I am the middle child. We're
Oh, you
actually
have-
a blended family.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I have the middle child complex too. I'm in the middle.
So does
of
my
4.
one. I've got 3, and my oldest son is the middle one, and he's always, he's a youth pastor in Santa Barbara, working with high school and junior high and college kids. So
That's fantastic.
loves that job.
yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, in Santa Barbara, that's real hard.
Now, I must tell you, Michael, your mom did send me a picture.
I'm
of
not
you,
sharing.
but I told her I'm keeping that private. It will not be shown on the channel.
She goes, "This is my fun, Michael," and I'm like, "Wow."
I have to meet this woman so that we can conspire.
I hope she's not watching us. She's going to be like, "No."
So, Michael, do you have any projects that are coming up right now? Any big
That you could share.
Anything that you can share?
Well, yeah, I technically can. Yes. I just recently, back in September, I finished. It is not a Hallmark film. It is a horror film, actually, with Michelle Monaghan and director Brad Anderson. That one is currently called Blood. Don't know what they're going to change the name to in the future, but we managed to wrap that a little while ago. And then I'm currently doing a cartoon series called Super Strikers in season 8.
Wow.
Oh,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Michael.
Where can we see any of that content?
So Super Strikers you are able to see on Crave TV right now. They have the first 7 seasons on there. And then as for Blood, that is not coming out till I don't know when.
Maybe when movie theaters open up again.
Maybe September or October.
And everybody follow
Maybe.
Michael on IMDb. You actually have all of your filmography also there too.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's very kind. Thank you.
We like comic section, please.
Michael, it's been an absolute pleasure having you with us tonight. Thank you so much. And
Thank you for your time.
You are most welcome to join us anytime you'd like.
We stay around as we
we do
play the
have
music.
Yeah, we do have
The poor man has already been through enough.
we do have someone in the chat that says that they'd like you to see.
I haven't been mom with him yet.
Yeah.
Oh dear Lord,
We
you
have
don't
someone in
want
the
me.
chat that said that they'd like you to join us for one of our taste episodes. That's where we actually taste foods that we may or may not like.
We started it a couple of years ago. We did the Taste of Fall where we went to Trader Joe's. And Trader Joe's is like Aldi. And I think Trader Joe's is in Canada.
I don't know.
Mhm.
If you're okay. And we would taste all this stuff and go into a sugar coma or go on diabetes watch. And we would just eat things and make comments. And then we have other channels that follow us. So if you want to know what our taste of are like, they're quite comical and they're quite popular.
Yeah.
But if you ever want to, see us, you want to be on the taste of, that would be kind of always exciting. Another Hallmark star following us.
Well, I beyond appreciate that, and I can guarantee you will see me in the chats every so often watching some of your episodes and such. So
Wonderful.
Oh my
Good.
gosh.
Thank you so much. Yeah, because we do our watch party. The next one is going to be this Saturday night for a film starring Trevor Donovan. It is called Two for the Win, and that's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, only on Hallmark Channel, the heart of TV.
And we watch it on the Friendly channel. That's how we got our...
Yeah, we watch it on the Friendly Channel. Actually, let me show you a little thing. I did this a lot on Saturday night, but some of the people here have not seen this yet. So check this out. When we watch Hallmark Channel at Pepper Tree Villa, we use the Friendly TV app. It's the only app we recommend to you, our village. Download it now at the App Store, Google Play Store, or try it on the web at try.friendlytv.com. And that's how we watch Hallmark Channel.
We cut the cord about 6 years ago, and it was a hard decision because you're paying $130 a month with DirecTV satellite. And we're like, we're only keeping it for Hallmark, and we're watching reruns of Frasier and Golden Girls. I'm like, we have those whole seasons on DVD. And yeah, we have no life. And so it was a hard thing. Then streaming came, Friendly came out, and they did not finally get to Apple TV because we're an Apple ecosystem. And I'm like, well, I like this idea. You can get this bundle, and we can get all the flavors of Hallmark and do all you can eat. But it was only, on mobile devices and the computer. And I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. We do everything on Apple TV and stream. Then we found out when Hallmark does their countdown for Christmas or when they release our Hallmark ornaments, the second weekend of July. So July's the big month for us. It's like Christmas 1.0.
Yeah.
And so it's a huge thing. I happened to look and I'm like, Friendly is now available on Apple TV. We bought it, and ever since that, we were going back into old content, 3 years. And I think we watched about 80 movies so far. And every one, I think we missed one or two of this year of all the new ones.
Yeah.
That was like me when Disney Plus came out. It was like, and
you gorge.
Yeah,
you get butt sores. I mean, you're gorging.
It's the first time we made a big deal about Disney Plus here when it first came out, and the first one we watched was Steamboat Willie. So we wanted.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So
I literally just finished binge watching Boy Meets World. So.
Oh. We still have to binge the second season of The Mandalorian.
We want to watch Godmother. Is it Godmothered?
Godmothered we want to watch.
Oh, we're trying to.
Hey, and this coming Friday, WandaVision starts.
Oh, really?
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
gotta
gosh,
watch that.
Another Marvel.
Now, Friday?
Yeah, this
Friday
coming
the
Friday,
15th.
WandaVision starts streaming.
Okay, I will make a note.
I have no life.
For those of you that are watching, please make sure that you follow Michael on Twitter and Instagram. His links are here. Or the Orlando guy has twitter.com/Strickland_27. And for Instagram, it is official Michael Strickland. So go check him out and follow him.
Yes, absolutely.
Tell him PTV sent you.
I have the least interesting things in the world on
who does it?
Let's
nothing on Twitter.
Let's just say with current events, we want boring and fun.
Okay, well, you asked for it.
We're all craving in the world boring and fun Twitter.
There it is. Cynthia says, follow him on Instagram now. So yeah, you've got people following you now, Michael.
Oh, geez. Well, thank you very much.
Pressure is on.
Michael, thank you so much for your time this evening. It's
we
so
stay along
appreciated.
as we play.
Yeah, stick around for just a bit. We do this little thing where we have some outro music, and everyone likes the groovy music we play. So stick around, and then we'll chat after. We'll chat after the show. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm Arnie.
I'm Doug.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Sherry with the glue gun.
And who else do we have as our special guest?
We've had Michael Strickland with us tonight, co-star of A New Year's Resolution on Hallmark Channel. Michael, again, thank you so much. Everyone out there, thank you so much for watching tonight. We know you have a choice of what you can do with your Monday evenings. We thank you that you spent a little bit of that time with us.
And all the super chats.
All the super chats.
I wish I kept the list, but I've been too excited.
Thank you so much for your generosity, everyone.
Yes.
It really does mean a lot to us. Everyone out there, have a magical evening and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Thank you all. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.